Here for GT and MB UK. MB UK, Mountain Biking UK, the England's greatest, biggest selling mountain bike magazine. In fact, I think it outsells all other magazines of all sorts, shapes and sizes connected with cycling back in the UK. And they're sponsoring this lad here who burst upon the scene last year in the World Championships at Meta BF. Oh, he's nearly lost it there. Got his bike back in again. Rob Warner. Last year, 19th in the World Championship. He's only ridden, what, 5 races so far. This is going to be his 6th one. He's riding in ordinary trainers too. He's not riding with the normal clipless pedals that most people do, and you can see why. He can put his feet down very quickly, pad his way around the corner, and he's back in form after breaking that collarbone and really powering down. It's a good time coming up. He's going to take the lead. 7 minutes, 4.44 seconds for Rob Warner. Oh, they're delighted with that one, the crowd, and so am I. Great character. This lad is really doing something. Oh, get my breath back on that one. Well done, Rob. We commentators shouldn't take sides, but it's good to see a Brit in there, and he could well finish up in the top place with a ride like that. 7.4.44 to beat then. Jose Caranzana Portes from Spain, not ideal condition as far as they're concerned. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain, but here in Canada it's bucketed down on the mountain. This enormous drop, getting slippery as the riders come down. And there he goes then, time 7 minutes 10.49, a good 6 seconds slower than Rob Warner's time, so he's going to be probably just about the top 10, I'd have thought. See, the little thing he's got, by the way, on the bottom of his chain, it's to stop it snagging and jumping off the back mech. It's a particular way of sort of holding it in place. Parakis on his way down. He's been around a long time, this fellow. He used to ride on so much body armour you couldn't see him. He's slimmed it down a bit now at the moment. 4th in 1991, the World Championship downhill. And so he's been around for an awful long time now. And European champion as well when it comes to downhill racing. Philip just a little bit off the pace at the moment. Parakis, though, still on his way down now. Finished 4th at Capron in our downhill on the Grundig. He's also riding one of these unique Cannondale bikes, the Delta V type. Always seemed to get 4th place. He's 4th in the 1991 World Championship, but I think at the moment he's going to find himself a bit out of the times on that one. No, that's not so good as far as he's concerned. 7:24.7. He'll have a job to stay in the top 20 with that one. Jempgaard of Norway next to go. Quite a young rider, this lad, just about some 20 years of age, and looks like he's riding in shorts and knees. Well, you always get some character who turns up. He comes from Kongsberg, south of Oslo, and he's a student at Athletic High School there, so perhaps he doesn't care less about the conditions here. Rides for Team Bogner, as they call themselves, and he's taken to the grass in no uncertain times. He's only been riding a mountain bike for a couple of years now, and there he goes. Ex-motorcyclist as well. He did his knee in on the motorbike, so he decided to take up cycling to help repair his knee. What's he done now? The Norwegian rider goes over the line. And the time then, 7:10.8. That should just about put him in the top 10. Albert Eiton next to go. Ex-world champion on his way down now. Also extremely good when it comes to the cross-country scene as well. And that time of Rob Warner's, 7.444 to beat. Oh, he's really throwing it around, isn't he? Eiton just disregarding everything and really letting rip at the moment. Riding for the Wheeler team. And you see there, now he's using his clipless pedal, jams his foot onto them, then using his other leg out as a bit of a sort of balance factor, and has to put his feet back on again. It's not always easy. The clipless pedals are quite small in size. I can see why Rob Warner rode full-size BMX type pedals and put his trainers on them, because he's still in the lead, Rob Warner, 7.44. The time Eiton did there was 7.0801. Tanner next to go. Todd Tanner from the US of A, riding for the Specialized team. Oh, and this is where you've just got to get the brakes touched nice. If you lock that back wheel like you did then, the thing just skids away from you. You lose momentum. You've got to try and keep the thing rolling all the way around. And Todd Tanner slipping about here. No, he's not going to topple him either. He's just behind Eiton, and his time then 7.0878. So looks like he's probably about 4th or 5th at the moment. Eiton just behind Santiago's, just behind Rob Warner. So Warner, Santiago's, Eiton, Tanner, Jempgaard is the order at the moment. What can this chap do about it? Coming down now. That's a good one. Yep, so the down-back rider 7:08:03. So that in fact puts him over Todd Tanner at the moment. So the order then: Rob Warner, Santiago, Eiton, Henderson, Tanner and Jentgaard, and that's the way it is right now. Laiho next to go. And this drop off from the top there, getting slippery and slippery on the wooden part. That's not very nice at all as far as they're concerned, getting off the mark there. And the finish rider, they've come from far and wide to take part in this one. We've rotting riders from Norway, now from Finland, from Chile, Switzerland, Great Britain, of course the Americans and the Germans as well in profusion. He's winding quite a big gear up there. What's he going to do this time? Laiho from Finland. Well, no, it's not going to put him up there at the moment then, Laiho. He's not topping that top little group we've got at the moment, so let's see what these latest starters can do.
3, 2, 1,
Beneke.
0.
This man is in with a shout. He certainly has been a very, very big competitor in mountain bike racing, just some 22 years of age. Cyclocross rider in the winter. Look at the way he's flicking this one round here now then. 4th in European Championship in 1992, 6th in the Downhill Worlds in 1992. Former ice hockey player, he knows what it's like to skid all over the place. Former BMX rider too, so he's got a tremendous amount of experience, this fellow. And he's rocketing down here. Can he take the lead? He's really going so quick. And the time then, 6:59. He's inside 7 minutes. The Hansa Manitou rider has absolutely floored the competition. He's floored himself too. He's taken the lead in no uncertain terms. That was a brilliant ride as far as he was concerned. So Beneke then now has taken the lead. Well, he's not been up in the top 2 or 3 in our previous rounds on Eurosport in the downhill section. So that's a good ride as far as he's concerned. I'm certainly doing well in the overall championship, and they're saying, well done, young man. Manitou, of course, the name of the forks that he uses on the bikes, the suspension forks. And here, Christian Taillefer next to go. Taillefer, a 2nd place in Germany. And the Taillefer brothers, well known for their downhill skills, and of course at one time holders of the downhill world speed record as well. But that was on a mountain on the snow, believe it or not, and a straight drop flat out. They did something like about 160 miles an hour, if I remember correctly, or that kilometre, whatever it was, it was frighteningly fast, but not today. Conditions are not ideal for that one. He's not making much of this one. Christian Taillefer looks like he's struggling a little bit here. So Taillefer on his way through now. 3rd in the World Championship in 1992, but a little bit off the pace today. There he goes. They all seem to decide to take it lying down at the end, but he might as well stay there because he's outside the top 10 at the moment. His time 7 minutes and 16.44 seconds. No, not very pleased with that one at all. And the Peugeot rider, a bit disappointed with that. Migliorini next to go, on his way down. And he comes through the murk now. Il Miglio himself comes from Turin. And he's been in the biking game now, mountain biking since 1991, so he's built up a lot of experience. And all these BMX riders who've taken to it, but decided to stick to the mountain bike section when it comes to downhill racing. He's been a European and world BMX champion as well, so that's on BMX as such, but a different sort of game today on these muddy conditions. But Migliorini, no, he's not made it at the moment. So
yeah, I have a lot of problems because the course was completely changed to the morning, and the whole week we were training on a complete dry course, and this morning we just trained at 10 o'clock on a dry course, and we got back to the race at 2 o'clock, and it was just pissing.
How are you able to change in your mind when you find a completely different course for the final?
It's kind of not easy, you know, because you have to ride what you see, you know. Before, you know everything, you memory the whole course, and you ride like you know it. But when it's raining, it's changed so much, you have to ride what you see. That's the way it goes.
Well, this is the way he went on the way down. One rider we didn't show you, François Gachet of France, who won the round in France and in Germany. in fact finished in second spot with a time of 7:03.64, just ahead of Rob Warner, who was beaten by a superb Jürgen Beneke in 6:59.00. Those three men locked together in combat, and this is the style of the winner. Let's watch him.
Jürgen Beneke. Beneke has come across for first place. Beneke has come across for first. Just as we were talking, Beneke comes down, slips across the finish line. He's the new leader.
Well, you can probably hear in the background the replay of the public address commentary as we show you this slow motion action, this man in action. Comes from Hanau, close to Frankfurt, and could well be in with a shout then to be the Grundig champion this year on this sort of form. Well, there we have the results at the moment then, coming up on your screen out a very wet and miserable Mont-Sainte-Anne in Canada. What a complete change to the conditions we had last week when we were at Mount Snow, Vermont. And the overall positions then, unfortunately, I say that Gachet, who didn't get a first place down in second, still holds the lead in the championship at the moment. Rob Warner, by his ride, put himself into 21st place.